the participants to the innovative teaching and give an insight into how and where it can be used. This program proved to be an eye-opening session for beginner and middle level teachers, and also aimed at imparting the skills required to handle students that are useful during the entire process of teaching. This program intended to participants towards creating their own teaching plans to enrich the knowledge of faculties through interaction with eminent personalities from academics. The knowledge sharing will improve the teaching learning process and benefit the society. The sessions are handled by professors from reputed institutions. The program is registered about 431 participants belonging different disciplines like engineering, science, maths, and humanity, etc. The participants include academicians and research scholars. We have participants from all states of India and from abroad also. I thank all the participants for your interest in joining this program. Now I request our HOD sir, Dr. BVSSN Raju Garu, to speak a few words to address the participants. Over to HOD sir.
With pleasure, Nagaraju. Thank you. Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Respected SRKR Engineering College Management Secretary and Correspondent, sir. Respected CEO, respected Director, respected Principal, and respected Chief Guest, Dr. Ajit Garu, Vice President, Center for Development of Leadership in Education, Aurangabad. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable presence. HODs and professors, dear staff, dear participants and learners. Good afternoon, all of you. So it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to this online HTTP on innovative teaching on learning methods for inspiring students, which is need of the hour for our 21st century learning. I was told, more than 300 teachers from different parts of the India are going to participate in this workshop. So it is my honor to speak to you on this occasion, first day of this training program, third module. The other two modules in the same program have been already conducted in the months of October and November. Also happy to note that our ECE department of SRKR Engineering College is conducting this AICTE sponsored 1 week national level online HTTP on innovative teaching and learning methods. So we started our journey 40 years back. Our department, the college was established in 1980. And I commend the efforts of the convener and his team of organizing committee for making this event happening third time consecutively in a span of just 2 months. And coming to teaching, teaching is considered as one of the noblest professions. We are all proud that we are all to be members of this community. So the goal of this program is to train faculty about the new teaching techniques and promoting a sort of educational research in applied teaching, especially in engineering. So you will learn over the next few days how to learn and teach effectively and efficiently. So the learning responsibility has also increased on part of the teachers nowadays. So before teaching comes learning. So in olden days, it was like this. After joining teaching career with a postgraduate degree, so we used to prepare notes. So that's all for the next few years or sometimes even decades that will serve the whole thing or the whole purpose. Now things have changed dramatically in the field of education. So now this approach is no longer valid. Teachers are also called upon to innovate and contribute and modernize on teaching methods. Teachers should take a lead role in these times of global changes. So it is imperative that teachers should be evaluating their own learnings apart from teaching and student learning. So they should factor learning capabilities of students also into account. So we should redesign our innovative curriculum tailored to the needs of industries and employers. So industry is asking for us, they want us to produce graduates ready to work. So thought must be given to the various learnings to meet this end. Thought must be given to the various learning styles of students. So it refers to learning style, refers to the understanding that every student has its own learning style. They vary in their capacities and abilities. So trainers and teachers should understand the different learning styles and tailor their teaching to accommodate a diverse group of students with varying capabilities. So it is important for educators, for us to understand the difference in their learning styles so that we can adjust and implement best practice strategies to suit their capabilities and in our daily activities, curriculum, and assessments. So with these few words, finally, let me thank our management for their utmost encouragement to the department. And I also thank our principal, sir, for his support throughout. My profound thanks go to our chief guest, Dr. Adit sir, and other resource persons for accepting our invitations to act as resource persons in our STTP. All the best to the participants. I wish them all to have a very good program. And finally, special thanks for our STTP organizers for their untiring work for the last 3 months. And finally, let me say thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your good wishes. Now I request our principal, sir, Dr. M. Jagapatiraju Garu, to deliver the welcome address. Sir.
Yeah. Is my voice audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ajit Garu, today's chief guest. Head of the Department of ECE, Suryanaran Raju Garu. Chief Coordinator, P. Ramaraju Garu. Coordinator, G. Nagaraju and his team, organizing committee and etc. etc. So faculty of ECE department, deans, HODs, faculty of SRKR Engineering College. A very good afternoon to one and all. And I welcome this AICT sponsored STTP, that is Innovative Teaching and Learning Methods for Inspiring Students. So just it is my responsibility to give brief introduction about our college to the chief guest and also the participants. Only brief introduction only I will give. I don't take much time. So the college was started in the year 1980 with 3 branches. Later, now it has expanded to at present, we are having 6 UG programs, 6 PG programs, and 7 PhD programs. So our student strength is more than 6,600, and we are having 388 faculty members in various departments. And all the branches are accredited by NBA, and we got 3.6 out of 4. In Engg, we got 3.6 on 4 scale. And during this pandemic situation also, we have completed some 20 FDPs or STTPs sponsored by AICTE or by our college. So recently we went for ARIA ranking. So ARIA has given different bands. The first band is 1 to 5, and the second band is 6 to 25. And our college stood in the band of 6 to 25. And recently they have also conducted Smart India Hackathon. So that is a totally students program. In the entire nation, our students got first prize. So similarly, Unnata Bharat Abhiyan, the main purpose of this Unnata Bharat Abhiyan by the central government is we have to adapt some villages surrounding our villages, and we have to create awareness among that. So we have done like that by using NSS and our vet center people. And in the entire India, they have selected 68 Unnata Bharat Abhiyan institutions, and that our college is also one among that. So like that, we are having so many achievements. But as the time constraint is there, simply I'm saying all these things. So again, once again, the topic which is selected, innovative teaching and learning methodologies for inspiring students, is exactly a very important topic nowadays. The reason for that is day by day, a lot of changes are occurring. Now, even the National Education Policy or APSI, the state government of Andhra Pradesh, they are regularly changing the syllabus. they are doing all these things. So nowadays they are giving a lot of importance to skill-based education, internship, innovation, startups, research, and all these things. When we were studying only, the teacher used to tell on the board and we used to listen, but nowadays, a lot of changes. So skill-based education, they are giving a lot of importance. So whatever and they are also giving very much importance to the practical oriented. So for example, a mechanical engineering student, when he completes his degree, he should be able to repair the bike itself. Nowadays, if any repair comes to the scooter or car, we have to go to the mechanic. Similarly, the electronic student, if he completes, he should be able to repair the TV. Like that, they are giving a lot of importance. So that we have to take into consideration. So in our time, one teacher used to teach some 60 students, but now we have, the student has to get 60 facilities. ICT came into a very important role, that is information, communication. So by using this, we have to use YouTube, NPTEL, MOOCs, Coursera, and all these things. All these things are very essential. So keeping that, every day, being a teacher, we have to update every day. So if you don't update, naturally, we will be outdated. The students will laugh on seeing us. The reason for that is they are also having a lot of chances to learn. They need not only listen our teaching. They are having excellent facilities. So keeping that, we have to update every day. Otherwise, we will be outdated. And similarly, a lot of importance is giving in API. You might have heard that UGC has given academic performance indicator and index. So in that, in addition to teaching, we should have leadership qualities. We should motivate the students, and all these things are also very essential. So these things you have to take into account. And if you upgrade, definitely in future, the student will have an option to select his teacher, to select his subject. So in that case, if you don't upgrade, the students will not accept us. So they will go to another teacher. So keeping all these things, the topic which I have selected is an excellent topic. And I see in the profile of Dr. Ajit Garu, so definitely is very well experienced. After seeing that, is very well experienced in all these things. And definitely this will be, this STTP will be very useful to the participants, and hence I request all the participants to utilize these services. On this occasion, I thank our management for encouraging for all these activities, and also the AICT for giving this. I thank the AICT also. Once again, I thank our today's chief guest, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your good wishes. Now I invite Mr. KNV Sachinarayana to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Dr. Ajit R. Thite, sir.
Yes, sir. So very good afternoon to one and all. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ajit R. Thite. So he has been awarded educational qualification as BE in Civil Engineering, Masters of Technical Education, Master of Engineering, Master of Business Administration, PhD, and fellow institutions. Fellow institutions. Fellow of Institutions of Engineering. He is a member of 7 professional bodies. He has a professional experience of 36 years in teaching, administration, and educational consultancy. He served as a head of the department in civil engineering, joint director in technical education in the Department of Higher Education and Technical Education in the government of Maharashtra, India. He has developed and authored in the unique document of quality learning system that is being used for the last 20 years across 1,000+ institutions in the state of Maharashtra. He has authored 4 books and contributed chapters in 2 books. He has 126 research papers in his credit and traveled across Asian and European countries as a part of academics. He has worked as a member of Task Group, Department of Science and Technology, and Chairman, Strategic Planning, Technical Education, DST Jharkhand. Currently, he is working on the different committees and statutory bodies of government of India and Maharashtra, such as member of CSR Committee on Teacher Education, Government of Maharashtra, Governing Council, MSME Tool Room, Evaluation Committee, YCMOU Nasik, Board of Studies in the Universities and Autonomous Institutes, Board of Studies, Pharma Business, Dhanvantari College of Business Management, Surat, Advisory Committee, GMN RID, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marthwada University, Aurangabad, Executive Council, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marthwada University, Aurangabad. He is also member of the Impartiality Committee, South Asia and Learning Leading Certifications, Testing, Inspection, Auditing and Training Company of Germany. He was worked in all types of institutes like universities, conventional colleges, medical colleges, dental colleges, engineering colleges, pharmacy colleges, and management institutes for different quality management projects, inclusive for outcome-based education. So presently working on 40 plus very prestigious projects in the country through the self-enterprise, First Foundation and Center for the Development of Leadership in Education. His domain of work includes strategic planning and policy design, project development, curriculum development, outcome-based education, instructional system design, institute design and education design, quality system development, assessment and accreditation, auditing and monitoring faculty development programs, career planning and guidance, counseling student development program and allied projects. It's my privilege to introduce Dr. Ajit Tite, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I request our chief guest of today's function, Dr. Ajit R. Thite Garu, to speak a few words to address the participants, sir. Sir,
Sure. Yeah, good afternoon, one and all. Thanks, Professor Satyanarayanan, for giving introduction about me. All the members of the institutions, Principal Dr. M. Jagapati Raju, the Head of Department BVSSN Raju, the Coordinator Dr. Nagaraju, and I have been also told that you have a members of management attending this program. So all honorable members of management, my multi-faculties of the country and international members of this today's program, very good afternoon. And thank you so much to the Institute for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on this occasion. My dear friend, it was really a good occasion when Nagaraju and team has contacted me and asked me to be a part of this program. And I really feel proud and honored to be a part of this a very important and innovative program organized by SRKR Engineering College. My dear fellow delegates of this program, I'm so much inspired not only with the title of this program, but when I got the details of this institution, and I was really highly impressed that the founder of this institute is none other than late Sagi Ramakrishna Raju, who laid the foundation and has constructed a wonderful dam, Nagarjuna Sagar, in our India, which is remain a proud of India. And not only that, he has not stopped there, but he has entered into the field of sociology. He was a philanthropist, and really I got very much impressed with the team. Even our chairman, S. Prasad Raju, carried his vision, and now you can see this institute is going a long way to serve to the society. Friends, when we talk of founder and chairman, I have seen the institute profile too. The institute achievement with respect to the startup, with respect to the international MAUs, with respect to a variety. There are 22 center of excellence which are which are been established by the SRKK Engineering College, and you have hundreds of activities, association on different factors. Really, I congratulate principal, heads of department, dean, and all faculty, and 6,600 students of the institution for such a remarkable development and achievement made by the institution. Friends, as we have seen since this beginning of this program, this change has taken place in the entire world. And whenever specifically we talk about the education, we all are the change agents. Remember, who is going to change the society? Definitely teacher. In a formal and informal way, we can change the society. And that's why all stakeholders are making significant efforts and initiatives are being taken to improve the quality of education. We have seen in last 1 decade a change profile of All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi. We can see now huge number of programs for students, for faculty. Many of the program free of cost. They are on advanced technology, and they are very much giving emphasis on learners and development of students, and introducing very many more initiatives like going for outcome-based education, model curriculum, and not whatnot. So we all have to understand these winds in which we really have to travel into the future of the education. Friends, to me, this topic is of really a heart. I always say that you all teacher, those 431 teacher and teachers from this college, those who have joined this program, and all teachers are always in my heart. And student is in my blood. So this topic which has been planned today is very, very important. I really congratulate them. And that's why that is going to tell whatever the principal said, head of department made mention of, a coordinator made mention about, the teacher and teaching profession is going to play a significant role in future as we did in the past. What has happened is now the intent has changed. You have seen that in years together, the connection between education and teacher has remained intact. The role of teacher has went on changing. Earlier, in the very beginning, we were there to give the knowledge to the student, prepare them for the job. But due to the changes which are happening in the market, in the business, in the society, in the economy, in the technology, we have seen a significant role have been changed, and teacher has to be always to be leader in this part. And that is the way in which today we will have to work. Friends, today we talk about National Education Policy 2020. Definitely, few of you must have heard about the Kothari Commission report, the first education policy in 1964. In 1964, the Kothari Commission wrote a report saying that the destiny of the nations are being shaped in the four walls of the classroom. This was the beginning of the report of Kothari Commission in 1964, and based upon that report, our first policy came in 1968. We have seen these phases of change taken place in the system of education. Later on, in 1982, 1986, and 1992, we have seen the educational interventions have been done through the educational policy and even through the program of action. But my dear friend, we have to go a long way. We know that there is what is really a changing, a dynamic change is happening. What is constant is a change that always we say, and that's why we all as a teacher has to understand what national education policy is saying. Sometime before in 2013, we had gotten introduced with National Knowledge Commission. The National Knowledge Commission report also giving a very good emphasis on the education system. And today we talk about National Education Policy 2020. I want my all teachers to understand the philosophy of this national education policy, the vision of this national education policy, because they want that our student should be a self-reliant student. They want to focus on our student development. They are looking for a liberal education. They want for the continuous development. The new changes, the policy initiatives which talks about learning outcomes. You might have seen, those who have gone through the details of the National Education Policy 2020, there are 20 places where the issue of national learning outcome has taken into the discussion. So all we need to understand that the learning outcome is going to be the future of that. Liberal education. And when we talk about liberal education, we will have to see that how we can imbibe this liberal education in the part of our technical education, in our humanity education, by incorporating the courses like that. So we all have to see, and now in future, a future is like SRKR Engineering College, which is an autonomous institution. And very soon, every institutions are going to become an autonomous institution. And with this view, we all institutions, we all faculty members, we all deans and universities has to prepare for the development of the future, the challenges that we are going to face in future. Ultimately, we have to see that our institution, our student should get good job. They become good human beings in their life. They remain successful in their life. And that is how the focus is of this national education policy. My dear friend, national education policy has opened lots of doors to all of us. The internationalization of education is possible. These days, we are going for not only NAC, we are going for NBA, we are going for NIRF, we are going for QS ranking. So we are going for ABET. So we have to go for this strategic way of doing the things so that we remain always to the front. The time has come, the old time has come. You all know that our Nalanda University was a very well known entire world, because it used to say Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. The world knowledge used to be given by the Nalanda University. Just free knowledge. And I think we all have to prepare in this direction. And I think such type of programs, which is going to give us a thought, is not only the title of the program. There are many areas in which we can work, and I'm definitely quite sure that this program, this training program, 1 week AICT program, will give us an insight into our future roles and how we can make our teaching learning more innovative, so that students are ignited, they get inspired. I remember a name of the book by the APJ Abdul Kalam, Ignited Mind. How we can ignite mind, how we can inspire mind. And that is how, my dear friend, we all have to come forward, provide the leadership in education. And as we said, we have to become a world-class institution. There is so much to say about the education, the role of teacher and teaching, because you all know that there's a very famous quote that education is like a horizon. As you go nearer and nearer, the education goes farther and farther. So is the scope for we all, my dear friend. And I'm sure you will enjoy this program, and this program will give a lot of information to all of you. Thank you all of you for joining this program. Thanks for institution for giving me this opportunity, and thank you one and all. Thank you so much. Over to the coordinator.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah. Nagaraj, continue, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your good wishes. I wish to extend my deep appreciation to the management, SRKR Engineering College, BVRM, for supporting. I thank the resource persons for accepting the invitation for this program. My special thanks also to our team for this program. While I cannot mention each and everyone by name here, I hope that they will take this as a personal thank you. We shall soon begin our session. I request all the interested guests to continue with this session, sir. you please session. Okay. So topic of this session is enhancing the teachers' awareness at the macro level in the education society relationship and at the micro level in the teacher learner relationship. Eminent speaker of this session is Dr. Ajit R. Thite sir. Before we begin the session, I would like to announce few guidelines to the participants. E-certificates will be provided to those participants only who attend all the program sessions with more than 80% attendance and provide feedback daily. Please mute your mic and video while the speaker is presenting. Use hand raise feature and unmute your mic only when your name is called for a question. If you have any questions, post them in the chat box. Now I welcome our chief guest. Start your session, sir.
Thank you so much.
So all the guests, okay, who are interested, please continue, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So all we are here now. You have listened to me just now, in a different role, but again I'm coming back to you to discuss on the today's topic. Friends, I'm sure that this next 120 minutes, little less, 2-3 minutes, we are going to focus on the topic which we just now talk about, education and society. What is the role of the teacher? The role of the teacher in the education society. Okay, I just want to confirm, is it the slides are visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Good, thank you so much. So let us begin our session, my dear friends. Once again, welcome to all my multi-faculty, international and national delegates from different disciplines. I feel really proud that a title of the program is Innovative Teaching and Learning Methods for Inspiring Students. Keep in mind, I have underlined this inspire student. We have to inspire students. How we can inspire students? And this is something which is really a question remain to many of us, that how do we inspire students? What type of teaching methods will be really useful or will be feasible, can be adopted, can be adapted so that students get inspired? Ultimately, the focus of education or the purpose of education has to be achieved. So in that context, the topic which is given to me is enhancing the teachers' awareness at the macro level in the education society relationship and at the micro level in the teacher-learner relationship. Very good topic. So I know that many of you need not require any more awareness. I'm quite sure that you are quite aware about what is your role towards the society. Because when we talk of education and society, when word education is coming, definitely teacher has to be there. Though these days we talk about online education, we talk about ICT in education, we talk about this and that, but please remember that the role of teacher is going to become very important. And that's why we really need to understand in the changing context, what are the teachers' role at macro level? We may not think about micro level for education and society. Of course, apart from educating the students, yes, that is the task which we are doing, and we have to continue with that. But for the part of the society, how we can contribute and what we can do at macro level for teacher and learner. My dear friend, with the due permission of the organizer, I've taken a slight, a freedom to reorganize my program title. I say that this program is for inspiring leadership. I know every one of the teachers who have joined this program, who may not be joining or attending this program, but we teachers are always providing leadership. We really want to give lot up to the students. So a sort of inspiring leadership is required, and that's why I have put a title to this program, Teacher, the Third Parent. Remember, my dear friend, there is a mother, father, motherly, fatherly, and teacher. We are the third parent. Sometimes we have to perform a role of a mother by giving love and sympathy to the student. Sometimes we have to be like a father. We have to be very strict. We have to see that student follow, our learner follow the discipline. And we have to be a teacher to give a knowledge, give them knowledgeable, enlighten them with the knowledge. So I feel that teacher is the third parent. Let me tell you on this event that my book is coming on the same title, Teacher, the Third Parent. How to teach, why to teach, and what to teach. You will get to read it very, very soon. So that's why, with the due permission, with anticipating that the management, the organizer will give me permission, I have put a title to this program, Teacher, the Third Parent. You are the parent not only for the student, we are the parent for the society, we are parent to our colleagues, we are parent to ourselves, we are parent to many, many. What is that? We have to develop at micro level, and micro level that we will do. My dear fellow delegates, this is an online lecture going on. Sometimes there may be some disturbance due to the internet connectivity. Please bear with this sort of the technical problem. I will try to make this lecture an informative one which will be useful to you. See, who are those inspiring leaders in our life? Many more, many more. I talk of only one, but you'll find that there are so many type of the inspiring leadership that we had. Stand up and express the divinity within you, what Swami Vivekananda said. I want to say to all of you, my dear friend, we will stand up and express the divinity within ourselves. So that a teacher to whom we call is a noble profession. I said you in the very beginning that always teacher is in my heart. People ask you कि यार आगे लाइफ में क्या करोगे? हम कहते हैं हम टीचर बनेंगे. फिर अगले लाइफ में हम कहते हैं हम टीचर ही बनेंगे. Because teacher is such a wonderful, such a noble profession that you can do a lot for the society, lot for our domain, lot for our students and the society. And that is why I think as the Swami Vivekananda said, we have to stand up and express the divinity within you. My dear friend, I know that you might be having so many role models in your life who inspired us. Let us see few photographs just as a change and coming to the discussion because everyone might be having their own leadership, their own model, or you may be having multiple model onto that. We also talk of, we talk about APJ Abdul Kalam. Whenever we talk about students, when we talk about technology, we talk about ISRO, we talk about DRDO, we talk about a president of our country, we are so much proud of APJ Abdul Kalam. He has given so much to our nation. So man, and this is a man who has given inspired. When we talk about APJ Abdul Kalam, I remember of an event which took place 40 hours before on Wednesday, and it was a Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, PSLV C-50 on Wednesday. It was took at 3:41, exactly 48 hours before. And this has brought significant change in the communication practices. And that is, we are having GSAT 12. Now that GSAT 12 is now will be taken place by the PSLV C-50. C-51 will be coming very short. So this is the person, APJ Abdul Kalam is a person who has done significant. How much he has done is science. A person coming from a village, from a poor family, we people can get inspired, our student can get inspired. He was in the place of not only scientist, he was a researcher, he was a president of the country, he remained teacher to all of us for entire our life. We have so many. Kalpana Chawla, he did such a first lady who went to the space, a Indian lady who put a foot on the space and really given a dream to our country too. So Kalpana Chawla is our dream. Oh my dear friend, I thought of showing you one more picture. These days, all of us, we face a pandemic situation, COVID. And in that COVID, one of the hero of the film industry came forward and helped so many people to go to their home. He helped like anything. That is there. Please mute the mic, please. So he made the what? Not only he helped, he also made a place to support the complete college education for students in need. None other than this Sonu Sood. This person, during a pandemic situation, has created such a type of impact among the society, among the poorer, and he has not only helped but has shown a very different type of the personality to the entire world, not only to the country. Such type of the inspirations are there for us. We have many more inspirations. When we talk of Jayaprada, I still remember many pictures of the Jayaprada, has given a very sound acting, and she was a good star for that. Yes, I know, we know Samantha Akeni also a good, that for all youngsters, they like too much. I asked so many of my friends from Telugu, they said, yes, Samantha is one of our famous. Yes, we have a role model like this. We have a Prabhas for his acting, for his body, for his multiple facilitated role. Yes, Prabhas is also our model. We get inspired looking to his body, looking to his acting, looking to the pictures which we see to his. And yes, Amitabh Bachchan. Huh? So when we talk of Amitabh Bachchan, you must be remembering his multiple movies. So friends, these are the models, these are the people who somewhere in some situation inspired you. I have intentionally taken the photographs of multiple people, multiple people from multiple domains, because it's not that we are interested in science, we are interested in technology, we are in arts, we are in physics development, we are in acting. So all becomes our model for all that thing. चला और एक बार कुछ तो भी देखते हैं क्या चाहता है अपना जिंदगी में सही क्या है. हम कहते हैं कि यार लाइफ है. We talk about society and firm. Just see one more a picture that we have to go for. Just a moment and let the file get open. I hope you are enjoying the session. We are coming to the topic of education and society, teacher and student, but let us understand really what yes we have to do when we go for these all aspects of life.
Sir, voice is not coming from video, sir.
We are not able to hear the voice, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. From video, we are not.
Yes.
Audio is not audible, sir. From this video,
Okay,
so
you
you
cannot see. Okay,
Yeah,
not able to see.
please share your computer sound, sir. Maybe it is audible the sound, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. There is some, I have already did it, but
Okay, sir.
I don't know, somehow it is been not coming.
Okay, sir.
Fine,
No problem,
friends.
sir. No problem, sir.
Yeah. That's why I said that sometimes there's an issue of this thing also. So what ultimately, why I have shown all these, like personality photograph and the small song. I'm sorry you could not hear it properly. Everyone has his own specific urge or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is unique. So, friend, please keep this thing in mind. We as a teacher, we have our own mission and vision. We being a human, we have certain urge. And that urge we are looking for our own urge, our student urge, our mission life. And we have to also contribute, help in the achieving the mission of the society and our student. And that's why we have to do certain concrete tasks for their fulfillment. Let us go ahead how we can play a role into that. And that's why I place these 5 outcomes for our today's discussion. First discussion point, which I want to say that identify our stakeholders in the society. What are those stakeholders to which we really want to work? Analyze the factors that enhance education and society relationship. There could be n number of factors, but what are those factors that can enhance the education society relationship? Okay, we are going to see, because my dear friend, it depends upon where you are located, in which domain you are working, what type of the target population you are leading. So there are multiple factors, but as a whole, we'll have to see that which are those prime factors which can enhance the education society relationship. We have to implement the methods to enhance teacher-student relationship. This is the third outcome what I have planned for today's session. The last but one is demonstrate the capabilities of inspired students. How we can inspire students. Ultimately, when we talk about innovative teaching and methods, teaching learning methods, we have to see that how we can inspire the students. And last outcome which I'm expecting is demonstrate inspiring leadership. This inspiring leadership is required when we go into this system of education. Let us see one by one. I'm going to skip some sort of the videos because there is some problem in the getting you the feel of that, and I will jump onto this slide directly. Friends, in the background of today's topic, as I said, topic is very precious, is very significant. How teacher can contribute to the society, to the education and to the students. I think if we try to understand the concept of education, I look to you 431 participants who have joined this program. You are going to be the leaders for developing a very wishful society in future. You are going to lay down the foundation for the thousands of lakhs of students in their future life. And we must understand the basic concept of education. Education is an innate expression of a curiosity, a longing to understand and be a part of the world, a manifestation of a purpose and a passion that every person carries within them. Try to understand, my dear friend, when we have to appreciate, we have to understand, we have to aware the role of teacher in the education society ecosystem. We have to understand that education is an innate expression of a curiosity, a longing to understand and be a part of the world. So we have to be a part of the world and a manifestation of a purpose and passion that everyone carries within them. And that is why the word education say lead out from within. This lead out from within is very important, and that we have to do, my dear friend, whenever through education, we are working for education, we are working for society, and we are working for the student as such. I think this concept of education is important to all of us to understand and develop and create our own awareness about that. Now, when we talk of education society relationship, two parts are there. Now I'm focusing on the first part, education society relationship at micro level. I would like to have your attention to my dear friend, National Innovation Foundation. Please visit the website of nif.org.in. In nif.org.in, you will find hundreds of innovations done by the teachers, by engineers, and even by the farmers, those who are illiterate. We will have to see. Now, my request to all of you is to visit this particular site and see that how you can contribute in the development of the society as a whole. So I think one way, because I'm talking to you, because you are the person from the humanities, you are the person from the engineering colleges, technical institutions. So they require a lot of technical support. They require a lot of innovations. The use of sensor, the use of solar, the use of robotics, so many things are coming. So we as a teachers, we as a institution, by visiting National Innovation Foundation.org website, you'll understand that what really we can do. Let us see what we for the society, and for that we need to say this is very important of teacher in education society ecosystem. Let us read this definition. Education is meant to bring out the best in man, to develop his potentialities to the maximum, to integrate him with himself, his surrounding, his society, his country, and humanity, to make him the complete man and integral man. My dear friend, this is the role of teacher. What we can do for the education and society, this is, we need to understand, we can help the students, we can help the society so that they understand their own potentials. They may be farmer, they may be a part of the society, they may be our students, they might be some industry workers, they might be entrepreneurs. So all we have to see that as an education institution, as a researcher, as a teacher, how we can contribute, because education and society has got relationship, and that relationship we need to understand. We say, Aurobindo say that it is meant to develop the potentialities to the maximum, to integrate him with himself. Today we see that people are having so many, like they feel they are very frustrated, and that frustration will have to make them come out of that and say that yes, everyone has got potential, everyone has got their own strengths, and we'll have to explore those strengths so that they understand themselves, surrounding, society, country, and humanity. I think this is what education we have to do, and this multiple role. Keep in mind, if at all we are teaching in an engineering college or some humanity institution, or we may be a teacher of a mathematics, or we may be a dean or head of department, at back of mind we have to see that we are teacher. I said in the beginning, it's a noble profession in which you will have to go, my dear friend. And that's why what APJ Abdul Kalam said, that the purpose of education is to make good humans with skill and expertise. With skill and expertise. And next sentence is very important. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. What our principal has said, Dr. M. Jagapati Raju, sometime before, he mentioned he has emphasized on skills. He has emphasized on the competency development. So we have to develop, as APJ Abdul Kalam say, a good humans with skill and expertise. That is what task we have to do. And as been said by APJ Abdul Kalam, and as per the theme of our today's session, the enlightened human beings can be created by teachers only. So my dear friend, you will find the relationship of education and society has got the roots in right from Sir Aurobindo. If you go back, you'll find the history of and tradition of education in India. You'll find that it was a manifestation of perfection which already exists in the human being, that we have to try. And I think we as a teacher, we will have to perform these roles. As I said to you, we will be performing a multiple role. We are domain teachers, no doubt. If you are a civil, mechanical, or in a mechanical, you are specific to a design, or you are a microprocessor, or you are a software specialist. But apart from that, domain specific knowledge that you have to provide, but simultaneously we have to see that what type of technology support, innovations, creativity can be brought in, and human development can be brought in on the vehicles of our education, and we can really establish the relationship between education and society, as said by Sir Aurobindo, APJ Abdul Kalam, and many laureates. Now, the issue definitely comes when we talk about that, what I will do. And my dear friend, we'll have to understand that, yes, what is society? Society, me and the world. We have to view ourselves. Unless you develop yourself, your continuous professional development, your domain development, pedagogical development, and your research work, your field research, your outreach activities, these are going to do lot of contribution. And that's why we as a teacher, you need to understand your own self, then contribute to your family, to the society, to the profession, to the organization, to the nation, and to the world. We need to understand this me and the world. This is what is the society. And in that context, all teachers has to go into the depth and developing our own abilities, capabilities, program, and strategies so that we can contribute the cause of the society as such. When we do so, I'm skipping this because of some technical issues. Let us see, when we say that teacher really inspired to them, how do they inspire? How you inspire society? What is the relationship between education and society? What is that relation at macro level? You can infuse the life of the population. You can nurture the vision. I have hundreds of examples. I just want to tell you one example. Recently, 2 months ago, I was invited to a radio station. I was called for an interview, and there was a interview, and interview was to be directly broadcasted. The interviewer asked me a question. Sir, you talk about strategic planning. You talk about strategic planning in industrial development, institutional development. What is your input? What is your knowledge you want to give for a general public who are poorer? They really don't know about this strategy, mission, and vision. How you can contribute? My dear friend, yes, teacher can contribute into that by mentoring them, by conducting a lot of training program, and you can show them you can nurture vision within them. I have a good examples, my dear friend. You can bring synergy into them. We have different programs by Government of India, MHRD, and by the different Department of Technology. We can bring even Ministry of Skill and Entrepreneurship Development and brought a concept of cluster. This cluster concept can be used, and the ability of the people can be synergized so that they can develop. So teacher can inspire. They can create perspective of the students and society. They can create innovative minds. They can create innovative ideas. They can really brought to the reality of work and life. We are the people who have a field research experience, and we understand how the science goes, how humanities goes, how the mathematics is used for the life. So we can really contribute for the reality of the work and life. And that is what a teacher can inspire, and we can encourage and motivate. Teacher has got that ability, my dear friend. So this way, we as a teacher can contribute to the society in giving lot of things. So teacher as an inspirer can do infuse, create vision, create perspective, innovate them, brought a reality into the life and work, and encourage and motivate for that. Now definitely, this is for the making them self-reliant. This is word. Self-reliant is very important word, my dear friend, and that we have to understand whenever we are working in this era, and we have to see that how individual become, because if our country has to develop, our root society need to be developed. They need to be educated. They have to give a lot of input, and our technical institution, we literate and we teachers can really make people self-reliant. Self-reliant is not only the logo or one of the vision of national education policy, but it goes in 19th century, my dear friend. It goes long back. We talk, everyone, Mahatma Gandhi said, Swami Vivekananda said, Rabindranath Tagore said, Aurobindo said, APG said, everyone said that we want a self-reliant, which will really bring best in the human being to help the society, to grow the society and bring their potential. And that is how we teacher have to develop in a multiple way. Definitely, you may ask me a question, or you might be a multiple idea to do this. Let us see few of them, how we can do this relationship, how energy, education, society relationship can be developed. We can do this by developing mission, purpose, and vision. My dear friend, you're working in a different locality, in a region, in a state. They require a lot of input from educated people like us. They require a lot of input from teacher like us. We are in the field of education. We have to see as a part of outreach activity, as a part of our noble role, we have to see that how we can create mission in the life of the society, purposefulness in the life of the society, and we can create a vision among the society. We have to educate, we have to educate, we have to transfer the knowledge. I know that just now in the program, in the inaugural program, our principal, Dr. M. Jagapati Raju, has said that they conduct so many programs like Udan, Unnat Abhiyan, so many programs they are conducting. How these are the type of the programs which are developed by the Ministry of Rural Development, Ministry of Skill and Entrepreneurship, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Ministry of Biotechnology. There are so many technology, and we have to not transfer this knowledge. This role we'll have to perform, my dear friend. So our relationship, education, society relationship is there. There are so many programs, there are so many policies are there, programs are there are grants, but who is going to educate? Educating the promoter, educating the implementer, and educating the beneficiaries, all will have to do, my dear friend. And that is how the education is society is tightly tied together. Then guidance and counseling, I don't know, and I'm very sure that at the same time that hundreds and thousands of people might be reaching you to seek the guidance on different aspects of their life. And we as a teacher, we have to see that what sort of guidance and counseling can be there. Many of you must be knowing there is one scheme by rural development, community development. And this community development has got not only skilling, it got transfer technology, technology support, entrepreneurship support, and bring transfer of technology. So this sort of guidance and counseling can be done for the student. I have seen and I have experienced so many people coming from the rural area. They are uneducated, but they are visionaries. Though they have not learned, their life was in full of struggle, but they want their society, their children's really becomes the very, very stalwart in the country. They have seen that they do have a potential but could not come out because of the position, because of the situation. So that sort of guidance and counseling is required. My dear friend, mentoring is required. And I would like to link up this all with the different programs, policies of the government which are there. Your institution, your region, your state must be having so many industrial associations. And you know that, even again, I will repeat, which you have must have listened to Mr. Raju. He said that they have the incubation center. They have promoted 7 startups. They require mentoring. So mentoring is required to students, mentoring is required to the alumni, mentoring is required to the startup people, entrepreneurs, those who are might be from our field or might be from the society. So we can provide a mentoring to the student. We can do skilling to competency development. See how the education society relationship is there. Lot of national skill qualification framework, NSQF, National Skill Qualification Framework is there. Contact the industry people, contact the industry association, contact local retail organization too in different domain. Again, I will request all my fellow delegates to visit the website of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Development, where a lot of information is given on National Skill Qualification Framework. There are different sectoral councils are there. This sectors council, depending upon the manpower requirement in the field, on the field, and the skilling required, competency required, they have developed different curriculum and different qualification pack. These qualification pack, majority of them can be adopted by our institution. They may be management related. They are also related to our technical, different civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, all are different types of programs are there. And we can do a lot of skilling to a competency development. This we can do. We can provide continuing education. We used to do this, my dear friend. We can do a lot of continuing education, 1-day program, 2 days program. Again, I'm saying you will have to mobilize the resources. We'll have to mobilize the resources. You have to identify the strength of the institution. And for this, my request and my appeal is go for a strategic planning. See, this is how. And really, once again, thanks to the organizer about putting this title of the program. What is teacher has to really appreciate. A teacher has to have an awareness about what is the relationship between education and society, and how we as a teacher can simultaneously perform these roles. And the last which I put, of course, there could be many, applied research. Today we talk about quality research, and this quality research is nothing but applied research. I made mention of to you sometime before about National Innovation Foundation. Many of you must have visited that website. Once again, visit that website and see that what miracles, what innovations, what creativity we can do, which can give an economy to our country, which can really bring a life into the rural and poor people, and those are disadvantaged group. I think when we talk about education society relationship, I think these are the vehicles, these are the techniques by which we really can contribute to the development of the society and relationship. This is, of course, you can have a multiple approach for that. When we are doing these all activities, whatever we discuss about this, writing in newspaper, you should publish article. I must tell you, I published newspaper article more than 200, that too in lingual, in English language, and even in the regional language. Because here you can guide student, guide parent, guide agriculture, guide industry. You can write on new technology. You can write about so many topics are there. I wrote 100 articles. Every Monday, my article used to publish in the newspaper on career guidance. And I used to write career on different discipline, not only because I'm engineer on engineering career. I used to write in different discipline. We as a teacher, we have got a research attitude. We know the important significance of career, so we can do. So similarly, my dear program friends, we can write newspaper. Please use, and many newspaper will come forward. They will welcome you, and you can write. And I want you to write. I want you to write in your domain knowledge how it is useful to the society. It may be a student, it may be a family. Let me tell you one thing. What we did, we wrote one article to guide our experience and sharing with the NGOs to help to the poorer to take the care of their different types of the electric equipment or any technology equipment people using at home and in industry. So we have given them this knowledge about them. Even one of the program which we conducted was a small article, how to use the drugs. We take a lot of medicines. So we take medicinal drugs. So in the medicines, whether to see whether the expiry date is not is there or not, how to identify. And we did a lot of work into that with the help of students and with the help of institution. So writing in newspaper by way of this is going to really useful to us. Training program, as I said to you, conduct so many training program. I'm damn sure that we don't lack in the funds as such. Even some training program with the cultural activity of the students or NSS or NCC, we can do it for the society too. Then we can have a certification program. The approach could be a certification program. Remember, these days industry and organized sectors, they are looking for certified professionals. So these certified professionals are only possible when you develop a certified training program. These are ranging from 200 hours, they are 100 hours, but NSQF has given guidelines, or even you can develop your own programs and you can provide the lead requirement to the society. Field research, as I said to you, a lot of field research is there. A lot of field research is required, and we can do, this is the approach. Your university can give you a fund, your institute can reserve some fund field research. You can do certain field research through the projects of the students, a 3-year duration, every batch of outgoing student continuing your field research. So that of the field research can be conducted, and a lot of grants are there which will have to take the benefit of that grant. You have to go for external grant. Conduct outreach programs, my dear friend. This is not new, I'm going to tell you, but when we say of society and education, when teacher go to the society, when teacher go to the public, it carries lot of meaning, my dear friend. I think you may agree, and I must tell you at this occasion that in some time the mid period was bit, like people were not happy with us, with teacher. They used to say that what teacher are doing, because we are not getting employment, people are unemployed. So something xyz. I think no, I always say that teacher is a noble profession. Nobody can understand the pains of teacher, the feelings of teacher, the emotion of the teacher, the mission of the teacher, and vision of the teacher. We have to give the rebirth to our teacher profession, my dear friend. And outreach program is also one of the activity for that reason, to build up society relationship, education relationship with the society, and definitely through even cultural activities. We conduct road show with the help of the student. We go to the city, we take them about the cleanliness, about we take about toilet free villages, we take about renewable energy. There are so many areas in which we can conduct cultural activities, and we can even make student and society educated. My dear friend, there are many more approach in which we can work. Time is short, and you'll find that, and this we, but again I am telling you that to work in this particular domain, to understand the society and education relationship, I will insist you upon three things. Focus on your own capabilities, your own strength. Number two, what is the mission and vision of the institute? And number three, which is that target population which you are going to target. Okay, you have to focus on these tasks and take the benefit of the program projects. Okay, I'm very sure our institution should have one department which is a search tower, searching about what are new program, what are new projects, what are new funds, what are the needs of the society, and we should do a lot of things, because this also help our students to grow. This also help us to grow in our domain knowledge. This also help us to develop the image of the institution among the society. This also really create the impact of education to make our nation a developed nation. A 2-hour session is insufficient to talk about teachers' role, education role, institute role, and the relationship between education and society. These are the few things, but only thing is, as I said repeatedly to you, we have to go very strategically. We'll have to go for a mobilization of the resources, because many times when I'm talking of these all things, people are saying that, sir, how we will get the grants? We are not getting the grants. Okay, see, you have to understand who, which is that institute who is eligible to get grants, and the institute which is accredited. Which institutes are accredited, who perform in the research and different criteria which talks you about. So accreditation, NBA, NAC, QS ranking, NRF ranking, these are the really the gates for the are getting the grants. So you have to do a lot of research. You have to identify what strength we have. And these days, we have a scope for multiple domain research. And I'm very happy today that the faculty members from different discipline have joined this program. We have to come out with our own discipline, our own department, our own institute, and now we have to collaborate. Collaboration within the department, collaboration within the institution, collaboration within the national and international level is required. Many schemes are there. My dear friend, we have to go for accreditation, we have to go for a lot of research, and we have to focus more on the what type of the expectations are there from the we all teacher, we all institutions. I once again would like to say, my dear friend, before I switch on to my next part of my discussion, that please go through the website of institute or SRKK Engineering College. As I said you in the very beginning, the founder itself is inspiring, who built Nagarjuna Sagar Dam. His son and his family is carrying out, with the help of this dedicated team of faculty, this institution for last 40 years, Autonomous Institute. See how many MOUs, how many we'll have to do. Remember, I will not say that don't enjoy the life, enjoy life. Ultimately, we talk about education is for life. But when we talk of life, we'll have to also think about, we have joined teaching as a profession, enjoy life, enjoy profession. And as I said you sometime before, me and world. If you are not happy, if you are not satisfied, how we can give to the family, to the society, to the organization? So we'll have to find what is best in ourselves. And there is potential in yourself that we'll have to do. We'll have to very work rigorously so that we can go and achieve. The topic is unending. I can talk hours together on this very important topic in the discussion on the society and education relationship, my dear friend. So let us move to the next point of discussion, which is our today's topic. What is teacher-student relationship at micro level? Whatever we talked just now is a macro level society. Doesn't mean that I ignore student there. I took student because student can be brought in this social activity. It might be a field research, It might be an outreach activity, because they give a real life experience to our students. So I'm saying that when I'm talking teacher, student is the part of that. But now I'm coming, as per the title assigned to me, I'm coming to a specific of teacher student relationship at micro level. What micro level we'll have to do before moving to the my next slide. I just once again would like to tell to you, my dear friend, whatever we talk about the concept of education, a concept of education making student and making people, making human a complete man, integral man. We want to make a, we'll have to divine manifestation of perfection which already exists in the human being. We as a teacher, we know a lot of technological issues, we know economical issues, we know social issues, we know professional issues. We all have to dedicate ourselves. We have to commit to our profession, because this is a profession. Really, frankly telling you, my dear friend, as I said in the very beginning, teaching is such a unique profession, and this unique profession is going to give a lot in your life. We have to do a lot. Again, with enjoying your self life, you have to focus on teacher and student relationship. Here you get lot of benefit when you work as student. Let us see what teacher student relationship is at micro level. When I talk about this, what is the role of teacher? Really, when we talk about the role of teacher in with respect to student is in these three domains. These are the three domains at micro level I'm talking. A teacher has to have an awareness about these three domains, educating, enlightening the students in the domain of knowledge. If you're a man of electronics, if you're a man of a management, if you're a mathematician, or if you're a historian, or if you're a civil engineering, or if you're a structuralist, or if you're a designer, educationalist. So one role we teacher has to see that the role of teacher is making student full of education, full of, he should have a disciplinary mind. APJ Abdul Kalam used to say, the success depend upon how your mind is disciplined. Remember, at this juncture, whenever we are discussing on such an important topic, we must understand that the students many times come from rural area. The people are poorer, unprivileged. And these students also, majority of the students are coming because 70% of population of our country is poor population. So they coming to the institution, they stay with you for 4 years, 5 years, or 7 years. In this 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, you have to educate them fully so that they can at least reach to their first goal of getting an employment. And when they are becoming professionally competent, their life is unending. And that sort of enlightenment, that sort of education, that type of creative mind, synthesizing mind, disciplinary mind, we have to give, my dear friend. So teacher is an educator. Second, teacher is a guidance. He has to provide a guider. He is a facilitator. Remember, student will come to you. He required guidance. He required guidance not only in the domain of their subject discipline. He required guidance in career. He required guidance in entrepreneurship. He required guidance in his difficulties, his problems, his issues. And that's why a teacher role has to understand a second role of the teacher. We have to guide student so that his mission, his vision, his purpose of life is clear and he's walking on that path. And that's why we have a mentorship program in our institution. One is 10 students are looked after by one student, one teacher, and we guide them so that they not only perform well in examination, well in studies, but at the same time they are doing well in their life. They are on the right path. They are, because they are the future of nation. So that sort of guidance is required. We can do a lot when we do a guidance. We'll talk about it in the second part of the discussion. Third is you are inspirer. You have to give inspiration to the students. Keep in mind, this inspiration is the part when students come in front of you for 4 years or 5 years or 7 years, you create an inspiration among the students by way of your teaching, by way of your demonstrating different activity, by way of conducting differential activity in different domain, giving them knowledge, using innovative teaching technology, creating the in-depth knowledge and interest into the subject domain. We need to inspire them. This is the issue, and that's why the topic of our entire program is innovative teaching methods for inspiring students. A question remains: how we can inspire the students, and what is the meaning of inspiration? And that inspiration will come provided we give guidance to the students. We enlighten students with the education, and that is why, my dear friend, education, inspiration, and guidance, these are the broad role of the teacher, and which we will have to do when we are working, and we'll have to continuously work on this. Let me tell you that we as a teacher, no doubt you all must be studying the books, reference books related to technology, related to various domains. At the same time, we'll have to also read different educational books, educational psychology, educational technology, curriculum development, pedagogy, because guidance and counseling, measurement and evaluation, because that will give an insight about our real role into the life. These days, I'm very happy, as I said you in the beginning, All India Council for Technical Education and University Grant Commission, they conduct faculty development program, induction program for the faculty members who is newly recruited to the institution. We must take benefit of such a program, because it's not only our discipline knowledge, but we'll have to have a knowledge of other aspects. And there's a very famous quote which you must be knowing, that if you want to teach a mathematics to a John, then you must know mathematics and John too. So I need to know him, and that knowing him. So we as a teacher will have to see. Let me tell you, when I discuss with different forums, I have delivered thousands of lectures in universities, in many programs, and many workshops. I conducted my workshop. I have many times a situation come whenever I have a dialogue with my fellow colleague, like you have joined, that what is really a role of a teacher? Is it only to give a transfer of a knowledge? No, not transfer of a knowledge. That is transfer of a knowledge. No, we have to ultimately ignite them. We have to inspire them. We have to enlighten them. We have to guide them with the help of your knowledge, your research, your demonstration into the institution. So this is what really we have to do. So at micro level, role of teacher, that we will try to understand one by one when we go further. These are the major stakeholders. These are the major stakeholders, my dear friend. Number one, pupils, the students. How can we inspire them to excellence? This is always a question. Okay, always a question. Teachers, to achieve excellent learning outcomes, we need excellent teacher. This is another stakeholder which you'll have to keep in mind. And third is institution, the natural habitat of pupils and teachers. How can they foster excellence? I have made a triangle before you. I have made a triangle before you. And that triangle we need to understand. Okay. We need to understand this triangle. There is one is a pupil, student, teacher, and institute. These three things. And when we talk about people, the issue remains, how can we inspire them to excellence? We know that we have thousands of institutions in our country. And when we talk about only one parameter, rate of employment, many reports says that only 20 to 25% employment is there in engineering and technology. The society is asking the question, what about others? There's a lot of social pressure. When the same question is asked to institute, to the student, to the teacher, you know what type of the responses we are getting. So it's very important that when we have such a rich knowledge, such a rich quantity and quality of institute, now we need to think that how we can inspire students. Please keep in mind this African proverb, it takes an entire village to raise a child. It's not you and me who can only develop the student. An institution has to create an environment, has to create that sort of habitat where student, and institution doesn't mean only I'm talking about an institution like SRKR Engineering College. I'm talking about university, I'm talking about education system, I'm talking about discipline, I'm talking about different types of the university. All we have to need that how can we really inspire them to excellence. These are the major stakeholders. Keep in mind, for that achieving the excellent learning outcomes, we need excellent teachers, and we have to create a good institution. How we can foster excellence? Again, I would like to focus here on the strategic planning. NBA, NAC talk about mission, vision, really bring it to the reality. Plan what is the mission of the vision of the institution, make a program and projects, and go very strategically so that these three stakeholders get good excellence, good habitat, and they can really perform. So we have to focus on this task. And now today, our focus is on pupils and teacher, two stakeholders. Third stakeholder will give a little bit discussion whenever time comes in discussions as such. So these are the major stakeholders which you'll have to consider for. Now, you know, very important, teacher cannot teach anyone. Teacher make student to learn. You know, teacher is a facilitator. Sometimes people say that, I mean, faculty members say that, sir, I conducted extra lectures. Beyond curriculum, I conducted extra lectures. I did this and that. Okay, but keep in mind, teacher cannot teach anyone. Teacher make student to learn. How we can make them to learn? What type of innovative teaching learning process we can really practice so that they create an interest, develop an in-depth into the knowledge, into that domain of the subject. They have a vision, they really go for the technology, they do creativity, they do innovation, do some project, make field practice related experiments. This is all. That's why teacher is a facilitator, not only by transfer of knowledge, as I said by our head of department during his the opening remarks, BVSSN Raju. He said about this that we have to go now differently. Not only because the time asked for that. Time was asking since independence. But somehow we miss that particular time. Now we'll have to continuously try and see how we can bring. So please, my dear friend, don't forget this particular thing, that teacher cannot teach anyone. Teacher makes students learn. So we have to facilitate. And there's one more saying very popular. If learner can't learn the way we teach, we should teach them the way they learn. Understand? If learners can't learn, then way we teach, then we should teach them the way they learn. And there definitely we require a outcome-based education. We have to identify, we have to list what are the outcomes, what are the learning outcomes at the end of the course, at the end of the program, and at the end of their career and achievement, what they're going to achieve. And accordingly, we have to teach them. We have to teach how the way they learn. We need to understand the learning style of the students. Many of you must be knowing some students are auditory. Just if you are explaining any concept or any principle or any mechanism or theory in the institute without any picturization, without any visuals, they will understand. But there are some students in the class, unless you show them model, unless you show them animation, or unless you show them visuals, they will not understand. Doesn't mean they are not intelligent. They are also intelligent, but their learning style is that unless they visualize, they cannot learn. So visionary. And third type of the learner is kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is one who will learn only when you demonstrate. They see. When you see that a microprocessor is having this such of a bus system, this is how it works, this is how it runs. You have to show a simulation of that. If you talk about different types of the mechanism, you have to show them at least by going a video film or taking them to the industrial visit. You have to show them how those mechanism works about. You have to talk about the hardness of the material. You have to take them up the heating treatment. Why heating treatment? Why hardness? Why material quality? All is important, but because these people are kinesthetic learners. So they get inspired. They will be learning when they really learn. So we need to, at micro level, we need to understand that every learner sitting in your class, 60 students, 70 students, they have individual differences. Their aptitude is different, their interest is different, their learning style is different. And for that, we have to see that what is their learning style. We have to do a lot of activity micro level. We'll talk about that when we go further. So please keep this thing in mind at micro level, that if learner can't learn the way we teach, we should teach them the way they learn. And that is what is the role of the teacher that we need to understand. So definitely, that's the reason we say why to teach, what to teach, and how to teach. When we talk about they should learn the way, then we must know, to begin that, we must know why do they teach. We must know why, what they teach, and how to then teach. Three things we'll see at micro level. We need to understand. My dear friend, I know that we have jumped from education society relationship at a macro level to a micro level of teacher student relationship. I know my lecture is just one sample. There's many things which we can do. But today, now we have a three: why to teach, what to teach, and how to teach. Why to teach? I'm very sure you're all attending and listening and taking the notes on these things, on discussions. So why to teach, you many must be knowing, but we must understand the national and global understanding about why to teach. I'm not going to tell you the definition of teaching. What are the objectives of higher education? My dear fellow delegates, please read these 4 objectives of higher education. If possible, take the snap of this particular slide. We should know why, what is the objective of higher education. Student coming for UG or PG in your institution for engineering, management, science or technology program, why they are coming? Preparing for employment, first objective. You have to prepare them employment. Second, preparing for life as active citizen in democratic societies. Please read it carefully. Preparing for life as active citizen in democratic societies. How they can have an active life, and that's why you'll find in national education policy, a liberal education, a multidisciplinary education has been brought, and focus is also given on equally on human development. You must have seen a curriculum model of the EICT. They have given a humanities, basic science, how much is emphasis they have given that. So we have to see preparing life as an active citizen. Active citizen in a democratic means from disciplinary oriented also and from human orientation also. Personal development. Keep in mind, the objectives of higher education is personal development. Student after 12th standard and common entrance examination take admission to the institution. We need to judge the personality of the student, and based upon the personality, based upon the personality traits, you have to plan an approach so that during the 4 years or 2 years the program, their personalities are developed. You inspire them, you motivate them, you give them clues, you train them, you teach them, you guide them so that their personality is developed. And personality is not only external personality, body, but mind and soul. Internal and external personality, both will have to focus when we go for that. Fourth objective is again the development and maintenance of a broad advanced knowledge base. This is the fourth objective. And when we talk about technical education, it also equally applicable to you. Bologna process, which happens for internationalization of the higher education. These are the four objectives which are being globally defined. They are being accepted and they are being practiced. We as an institution, we as a department, we as a teacher, we have to understand, because it is through curricular, co-curricular and extracurricular assessment, monitoring, mentoring, guidance and counseling, we are achieving these objectives. So why we are teaching? We are teaching for this. We are teaching for this. And my dear friend, I must tell you, APJ Abdul Kalam said there should be 5 types of mind. To be a successful in your life, 5 types of mind are required. Number 1, disciplinary mind. Discipline. If you are a man of a electronics, if you are a man of a mechanical, if you are a man of a civil, electronics, plastic, chemical, management, mathematics, physics, disciplinary mind. Second is creating mind. Having knowledge of discipline is not sufficient. You must be able to create out of that. You should apply it in the field. You should have an active participation. Third is synthesizing mind. When we talk of multidisciplinary, so in this multidisciplinary aspect, in multidisciplinary mind, we have to go for a synthesizing mind. Students should understand what is the electronics and civil has got coordination. What is the relation between agriculture and computer? What is the mechanical can be used in the food processing? How it is used in the civil engineering? How it is in, so this type of synthesizing mind should be there. So in the field of agriculture, in the time of the local development, societal development, technological development, how I can use my disciplined mind, how synthesize my mind. So APJ Abdul Kalam said disciplinary mind, creative mind, synthesizing mind. Fourth mind, he said that respectful mind. We must be respectful. Respect for self, respect for parent, family, society, organization, so nation, globally. We should have a respectful, we should respect. We should forget caste, creed, and religion and develop in humanity. You should go with that gender race, and we should go between the gap between poor and rich, and you should have a respectful mind. And fifth type of the mind is ethical mind. So these 5 types of the minds we have to develop, and that is what is the like, and that is why the last objective is the development and maintenance of a broad advanced knowledge base. See, try to understand this knowledge, these objectives, then you'll understand what type of treatment is to be given, what type of innovative teaching, learning activities, methods are to be used. And I will come to the part, these activities, the learning activities, the teaching learning activities at program level, at course level, at topic level, you have to plan. Even at lesson level, you have to plan. At learners level, you have to plan. These are the one set of objectives which, my dear friend, you must know. Let us see the vision of education. If our today's teacher, we need to understand the vision of our country's education policy, NEP 2020. What is looking for? Vibrant knowledge society, thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. During the pandemic time and past era, entire globe has experienced the capacity, the capability, and the power of Indian population. My dear friend, now we have to enrich them furthermore so that this vibrant knowledge society can make India a global knowledge superpower. We were looking for a dream to become a globally superpower country. We want to become a nation, one country. How it is possible? And of course, not you and me, but you, me, institute and universities and entire country, we can have to see that how we can create a vibrant knowledge, try to understand what micro level efforts are required at teaching learning level. Values and disposition that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development and living, and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. This is the vision of our country. Who will develop this vision? We, education. At micro level, we'll have to see our curriculum has to modify, our teaching learning process has to modify, we have to get ourselves trained, our facilities has to be developed, and that is how we have to empower. It requires lot of dedication, commitment, and lot of hardship. Again, I will mention that we require a strategic way. We need to understand this is teacher. Who is teacher? Teacher is on the slide, earlier slide and this slide. He's a noble profession. He really is useful to the society. Last slide about the sustainable development goal, which I talk you about the objectives. Why to teach? Education is a force multiplier which enables self-reliance, boost economic growth by enhancing skills, and improve people's lives by opening up opportunities for better livelihood. This is the Sustainable Development Goal 4. Keep in mind, I'm taking you from global to a local. Okay, globally, Sustainable Development Goal. Internationally, we talk about the objectives of higher education. Locally, we talk about the National Education Policy 2020. And here we talk about the screen, which talk about education is a force multiplier which enables self-reliance, boost economic growth by enhancing skills, and improve people's lives by opening up opportunities for better livelihood. So this statement not talk about quality of education, quality of higher education, teaching learning processes, but it also talk about part 1, education and society. Keep in mind how it is important for us to understand why education is important. Now move to the second task, what to teach. What to teach? And here, I know hardly 37 minutes are left for my discussion. I will try to finish in 37 minutes, but my dear friend, keep in mind, time is going to be always short whenever we discuss and such an important, prestigious topic. Really thankful to the organizers, EICT, and to all my fellow delegates, the noble teacher who are connected in today's program. What to teach? Definitely we teach our content, discipline. And when we talk about discipline content that we are teaching, we are making him graduate. We are preparing undergraduate, postgraduate, research scholars. But apart from that, or simultaneously, we'll have to teach many things. And while doing, even teaching those things, what really we have to teach them. And that is what we see sometime before education. And that education we need to understand. What micro level leadership? Bring out the best in students and inspire them to strive for life. ये आपको पढ़ाना है सभी को. हमारे क्लास में अलग अलग बच्चे होंगे, इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंसेस है, उनके बैकग्राउंड अलग है, उनकी देयर सो एक्सपोजर बहुत अलग है, पुअर है, रूरल है, अर्बन है, metro city से आए वाले हैं. What is our ultimate? What we are going to teach at ultimately micro level? He should become a confident person when he undergraduate from your school, college. Bring out the best in the student and inspire them to strive for life. अगर मुझे knowledge है मेरे टेक्निकल का और मेरे टीचर ने मुझे इतना इन डेप्थ नॉलेज दिया, इतना एनलाइटन किया, इतना इंस्पायर किया, मुझे भी मेरी स्किल की याद आई, मेरी लाइफ बन गई. Prepare them for future for the nation and humankind. Credible guide for their advancement. Guide them for advancement. Academics and extracurricular activities, the subject which you are teaching. You are teaching them thermodynamics, you are teaching them theory of machines, you are teaching them microprocessor, you are teaching them CNC machine, you are teaching them automation, you are teaching them artificial intelligence, you're teaching them mathematics, you're teaching them management. We need to understand what facts, what are the factual platform on which we have this knowledge is going to be useful. What are the concepts lying behind? How these concepts are related and the principles are developed. How these principles form the different type of the theories and how these theories are applied to solve the problems. What type of skilling is required for that? We need to understand through the academic, curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activity. We have to focus how at a micro level, how we can provide and do a student. Shaping a child's futures, making him, her a better human being. Keep in mind. And here I will talk about you, the Bloom's taxonomy. I will talk about 3 domains of learning: cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. When we are teaching students in any discipline, cognitive mind related to the knowledge, skill related psychomotor domain, and affective, attitude related affective domain. So we have to make him a good human being. When he is a good, competent, highly expertise, at the same time, he has got good skill, competent skill at his level of diploma, degree, or post-graduation of management, science, or technology, so that he can perform at expected desired level by learning outcome. And at the same time, has got the abilities to develop, deliver. At the same time, he has got the quality consciousness, he's got commitment, he's dedicated, he has got social concern, he has got organization concern, he's committed, he has quality conscious, time conscious, he's economically conscious. So this is how we have to develop and make a human time. We have to at micro level give them knowledge, good values, tradition, modern day challenges, and ways to resolve them. And we have to tell them the moral of the life, my dear friend. At micro level, I am not shifting from discipline. Discipline is there. And for that discipline, I told you the learning model. For different domains, I told about Bloom's taxonomy. And within the Bloom's taxonomy, cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain, you have to develop a level of competency amongst that, and you have to develop a moral among the students. This is what we have to do at very micro level. Let us go further future. What micro level we will have to again do? Knowledgeable, caring adult, and a secure, motivated learner. ये भी तैयार करना है, knowledgeable. This here, innovative teaching learning methods are important. Okay. Innovative teaching method. Again, let me tell you at this point, when we are on the first point of this slide, teaching is not only teaching in a classroom, a lesson. As I said to you sometime before, a African proverb says, it takes an entire village to raise a child. You have to create a learning environment in institute, plan activities, program, and projects at institute level, for program level, course level, lesson level. So that type, and curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activity has to be planned. Sometime I will share with you what type of slides, what type of activities are to be done into this activity. But understand that my nation social expectation is that when student is graduating, for the student, he must be confident. He may start own business, he may start or join some job, or he may go for higher education, but he's confident. His vision and vision is clear. Okay. Second, comprehend his or her unique needs, learning style, social and cultural background, interest and abilities. National Assessment and Accreditation Council, as well as National Board of Accreditation, is emphasizing on this point. And that is why when students are admitted to the institution at a UG and PG, and consequently and subsequent to the each semester, you should assess student, his aptitude, his interest, his need, his career plan, and accordingly, curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activity, projects, and plan has to be done. This is very important. As we said sometime before, if they know, do not learn, we have to teach them as they learn. So the way they learn, we have to do. Personal qualities, we have to emphasize upon personal qualities. I will give some tools. Those tools must be knowing to you, but their personal qualities must be developed. We must, by conducting a flipped classroom or group discussion or outreach program or NSS activities, cultural programs, sports, yoga, we'll have to give a personal ability. Keep in mind, my dear friend, we focus very beginning why to teach. The objective of education is personality development. Council to integrate their social, emotional and intellectual growth. ये काम करना है हमको, ये भी माइक्रो लेवल पे ये चीज करनी, and I am just making you aware about these all aspects. Abilities to seek, understand and use knowledge, to make better decision in their personal lives, and to value contributing to the society. What we said sometime before on very first side, the objectives of higher education. I should be able to learn. And you also, मेरा तो कहना यह है, all my teachers who have joined in today's program, you develop your plan. What is going to be your mission? What is the purpose of joining this teaching profession? What is your mission? What is your vision? Go for SOC analysis. Even don't forget to know what is your hobby. Where do you get happiness? Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. But try to understand so that you go on. Ultimately, if I'm a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer or any kind of that, as an engineer, as a teacher, as an educator, and as a human, I must be able to useful to the life. And that is the sole purpose of education at micro level. That teacher has to understand, and this we have to ignite. For this we have to inspire students, and for that we have to use the innovative teaching learning method for the student. Then coming how to teach. There's a lot of things which I can talk to the earlier slides, but let me come down to the third aspect. Then how to teach. How do I teach? How do I teach? And that micro level clues I'm going to give you. A micro level tools for inspiring student. Passionate participants in the instructional process. Very important. At macro level, you have to see that our students are passionate. I'll give you some clues in next slide. I'm going to give you some clues, and that clues will bring you the changes into that. Passionate the participant in the instructional process. I always say, let me tell you, you are my colleagues, you are my friends, you are my heart. You all 431 join this program. You are my heart. Even today, after my so much of experience and so much of delivering the lecture, I try to make an attempt that my every delivery, every lecture goes well as per the subject assigned to me. And even after my lecture, I assess myself where I went wrong. As I went wrong, continuously, I know there was some problem in the getting a sound of some of the slides. So I will see that next time I have to improve on that. Okay. Nagaraj said that it should be a sort of some entertainment. So I thought, chalo ek entertainment gala bhi sunayenge. Meaning to say, passionate participant in the instructional process. Relate curriculum to their lives. Learning activity must engage their natural curiosity. Why I'm learning? You're teaching them sensors. You're teaching them microcontroller. यार ये microcontroller का क्या use है? Now you're teaching resistor, you're teaching capacitor. What is this resistor capacitor? If you develop a learning activity which engage them to understand the natural curiosity and relate the curriculum to their lives and learning activity, yes, definitely. If you teach this way, and that is why lesson planning is required. A systematic planning, whether you are going to teach them concepts or principles or theories, what type of stimulus is required, what type of learners are there, what type of the object is there. So, and see that students get involved, they get passionate. अरे यार आज ये सर का लेक्चर है, आज मजा आने वाला है, and they will really going to build the knowledge which is going to be useful to them as well as to the society. Help to create their own learning plans. This is very important, very important. Here a lot of guidance and mentoring is required, counseling is required. Student must be told to prepare their own learning plans. Here I will make mention of SQ3R. Again I will repeat, SQ3R. These are the study skills. SQ3R, our student need to develop study skill. They must know how to read. What is the reading efficiency? What is the technique for that? How to write, how to take down the notes, how to review. They must know how to manage the time. This all, and how to really make their own studies. So self-involvement is important. So please help them to create their own learning helps. हमको बहुत कुछ करना पड़ता है as a teacher, लेकिन we have to do. Solve real world problems and show they have learned the big ideas, powerful skills, and habits of mind and heart that made agreed on educational standards. Solve real life problems. I still remember, and which I must share with you. I was teaching engineering mechanics. And when I was teaching engineering mechanics, and when I was there coming to a topic of system of forces and calculating resultant, etc., etc., etc. Never I use solve problems from the book, textbook. I directly used to draw a different type of this sketch, do a loading, and using them, helping them to calculate, giving their practical example, live example. And this I'm telling you in the beginning when I started teaching in 1984. When I was teaching surveying, I could not teach them in class. Different type of leveling I taught them in the ground, taking them to the hilly area and understanding them different type of the leveling methods. And that has made the students really to solve the problem, developing big ideas. They have developed power skills, and their habits and mind and heart are made to agree upon the educational standard. Because ultimately in educational standards, whatever we require communication, we require initiative, we require economic solution, we require relative solution. That is what we have to develop into that. So at micro level, when we talk on the topic of innovative teaching learning process, you have to take at micro level these aspects into mind. And for that, my dear friend, let me quickly go that you must have a Maslow's assumption, which you must understand. When you teach all these things, whatever we discuss just now, we discuss here 2-3 slides how to teach. We talk about these aspects. Now, in a Maslow's assumption, you have to see, understand that human nature is basically good and not evil. जितने भी बच्चे हमारे क्लास में बैठते हैं, they are good people. And we have to understand that we should have a belief. We should not have a prejudice. And we should say that if at all he could not succeed in first progressive test, he is going to succeed. And we have to see that what type of the learning he required, what type of guidance he has required. Maslow's another assumption is very important. Normal human development involves the actualization of this inherent goodness coming to the base. Whatever we are discussing of inspiring, understanding own self. And this is what education is going to do. This is what, and as a normal human development, actualization of inherent goodness, that is what we'll have to give. And that type of teaching, learning practices we have to plan at institute level, departmental level, and program level. And that is how we have to motivate them. And that is when we talk about inspiration, let us understand what is that inspiration. We talk that by giving example, by doing this, people can understand. What is inspiration? Inspiration is a level where human capability, changeability, competency, and capacity is excited and or developed with holistic feeling that integrate the power of the mind, spirit, heart, and physical content. See the definition, very close to the education. We know that education inspires, and this is the definition of inspiration. So it's a reversible action. It's a reversible action. Somewhere we may say that, is it education means inspiration? Yes. Inspiration is a level where human capability, changeability, competency, and capacity is excited and or developed with holistic feeling that integrate the power of the mind, spirit, heart, and physical content. This is what we are talking about. This is how we have to inspire, and this is how we have to use the teaching method. You'll understand at a micro level what is really mean by inspire, and what are those techniques, what are those parameters through which one get inspired, and what type of the treatment is required to make a student inspired and motivated, and that ultimately nothing but he is enlightened, he is educated. That is what is meaning of inspiration. Many times we talk about motivation and inspiration. We need to try to understand the difference between inspiration and motivation. Inspiration is stimulation of the mind or emotion to the high level of feeling or activity. Try to understand. Stimulation of the mind or emotion to the high level of feeling or activity. And motivation, the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. Okay. Motivation plus delta X is equal to inspiration. What this definition talks about, because always we motivate students, but we say that if at all we give so much of motivation, why students do not get inspired? Students do not get inspired because it has not yet clicked to their mind. It has not bring an emotion and mind of a higher level of feeling to that we have to understand. So the relationship between inspiration and motivation: inspiration spark, generate, and breathe; in motivation, movement, sustainable fire. And that is how I say that motivation plus delta X is equal to inspiration. They are dependent upon each other. You become inspired, you are further motivated. You are motivated, and then motivated, you sometimes you become inspired, and you motivated. So this is a life cycle. Once one get inspired, and that's why many times we talk about inspiration, we talk about passionate. We also talk about obsession, but I'm not talking here about obsession. I'm talking about passionate. So this we need to understand, that really we motivate, and that motivation make him sustainable in that particular environment, and that sustainability fires him, and he become a inspired person. Our teaching has to go in this particular direction, and that's why we need to understand the Maslow's hierarchy. I will not go to the Maslow's hierarchy, but to bring out of the man To understand how he become happiness, we'll have to go from this Maslow's hierarchy, basic need, biological and physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. My dear friend, you will find students coming into the class at very first year under different level under Maslow's hierarchy. We have to see, we have to test where our students are and accordingly plan different treatment activities so that student goes to that particular level. This is how we'll have to plan whenever we go to the level of students. So Maslow's hierarchy, please do not forget, never forget. Student performing bad in the class need not mean that he is a dull student, he is a weak student. You'll have to identify what is the problem, what is the hierarchy, what is the need of the student, and then take him, identify what is the fire in him, and bring that fire up. He become inspired and he will become ignited to that. So this is how we have to go, and more you have to work on theory Y, not on theory X. The purpose of showing this diagram is theory Y, a set of assumption of how to manage individual motivated by higher order needs. We have to focus on theory Y. Friends, this diagram shows you that innovative thinking, the failure and appreciation is there, repetition is there, but innovative thinking is there when challenges are there. So, not in repetition, not talk about only failure and appreciation, but also giving a challenges. This is somehow motivation. I remember one day when I was studying my one of master's degree, and we were studying in class. One of my fellow classmates asked a question to a teacher. Very good question. I'm just telling you, sharing with you at this moment. Sir, हम बच्चों को मोटिवेट करें. अगर बच्चा मोटिवेट ही नहीं होता, और उन्होंने एक शब्द यूज किया, जो शब्द मैं ऐसे यूज करा, डोंट टेक अदरवाइज. अगर मेरा बच्चा गधा ही है, उसको कितना भी मोटिवेट करे, कितना भी मोटिवेट करे, कितना भी मोटिवेट करे, वो कैसे इंस्पायर होगा? But we'll have to understand, is there any problem? We will have to understand that this motivation, we'll have to see that no, not only failure and appreciation, it might be due to repetition. Give them challenging tasks so that student go ahead of that. Now the common characteristics of the inspiring teachers practice and the support. Very quickly we will go. This we have to practice at micro level. 3 things you have to practice. Inspirational interaction through outcome focus and agile pedagogy. Am I audible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So 3 things you have to keep in mind when you are working at a micro level to develop relationship between teacher and student. Inspirational interaction through outcome focus and agile pedagogy. Remember, always you have to see your pedagogy has to be an appealing, okay, and it should be an inspiring application. Whenever you are coming in contact with students, he might be coming for you for certain difficulty or interacting in class, or you're interacting on the field. You'll have to see that he's more and more interacted to that particular task. Relentless yet understated professionalism. Relentless yet understated professionalism. This is the second point which you have to keep in the mind. And third is support from leadership and management that nurture teachers' talent and innovation. These 3 things you have to do at micro level: inspiring, relentless, and support from leadership and management that nurture the teacher's talent. Very quickly we will see what you have to do in each. When you are inspirational interaction through outcomes, fires the imagination in the class. Fire the imagination on the ask questions, show them different animation. So ask some sort of, field related activities. So that is a, then focus on learning outcomes. Then always have attainment oriented. Whenever you go for learning, you have to be attainment oriented. That micro level you have to pack about that. Relentless yet understand the professionalism. The common characteristics you have to pass is continuously reflect on and refine their practices. You have to continuously reflect and refine your practices. Keep in mind, as I said to you, every time you have to see that your performance, you are continuously developing. So continuously you have to reflect. Every day planning has to be done when teachers are there, when teachers are working into that. So continuously reflect on and refine your practices. That is very, very important. Then exceptional demonstration, demo. Whenever we talk about innovative teaching learning practices, it is nothing but exceptional demonstration. You have to see that how best my learner can learn and what is the unique method to teach them in that practice. Third is support from leadership management that nurtures the teacher's talent and innovation. Friends, these very important. Leadership to earn the right to innovate by demonstrating their effectiveness. Leadership is required. Here at a micro level, you have to take the initiative. You have to provide the leadership. Keep in mind, undertaking initiative, taking risks, making creativity innovative, we have to work. You have to work in a context, keep in mind. Work in a context of student, work in a context of discipline, work in a context of society. That will bring that characteristics we should have. Enhance your pedagogy. Your pedagogy has to be enhanced. As I said sometime before, attending in an induction program, reading books on educational psychology, educational technology, learning outcome, that you have to understand. You have to understand outcome-based education. You have to understand how the students learn and gain insight and take action in the form of co-reflective practices. Co-reflective practices. Continuously, you have to go for doing research in that particular area. And these are 3 broad characteristics and 9 micro level characteristics are required for you to enhance the relationship with teacher and student relationship. For that, my dear student, aspire to inspire. Working with others, co-reflecting practices, and continuous professional development that feed the mind and support the development. Let me tell you all these on this occasion, we have to do a lot of practice. We have to do a lot of reading textbook, reference book, allied subject, then going for the details of the knowledge which is required in our area. All working with colleagues, understand what your colleagues are doing, what your students are doing, what society is doing. So working with others, aspire to inspire, you have to do these 3 broad things and co-reflecting the practice. That is what you have to do, my dear friend. These are the 5 types of the methods which you like to use. I'm not going to focus on this method because somebody is going to talk on this method. But you have to use learner-centric, learning beyond classroom, collaborative and investigative learning, reliance on real life or virtual experience, global learning resources and expertise. These are the learning methods, these are the learning techniques at micro level you have to use. When we talk about innovative learning teaching methods, you have to focus in doing all these things. You have to be learner-centric, learning beyond classroom, reality, how it is going to be useful in the life, collaborative learning, research-related learning, investigative learning, real-life learning experiences are required to inspire students into that. So inspire teacher is required. These are the 6 characteristics, my dear friends. Positive relationship, good classroom behavior management, positive and supportive climate, formative feedback, high quality learning experience, and as I said, don't forget enjoyment. Enjoyment is required in personal life and professional life. Okay, so you have to have these characteristics. You please foster these characteristics amongst yourself. See where you stand and try to develop these characteristics. Please forget your earlier past and focus on the cross-cultural leadership. 6 insight. Charismatic value-based leadership. Team-oriented, participative leadership, human-oriented, autonomous, and self-protective. Ensures safety and security of individual and group through status enhancement and face saving. This is what we'll have to do whenever we go for that. These 6 insights, these 6 personality are important for you. So this is the way you have to go, my dear friend. There are different ways to inspire, bring nature into the classroom, start classes or activity with poetry, music, literature that create and pertains to the theme of lesson. Utilize art as a part of an activity that portrays the beauty, strength, resilience, and diversity in the human body. Begin or end class with mindfulness exercises or simply paying attention to the breath. Organize group activity such as setting a learning intention goals as a class. Acknowledge student progress and demonstrate compensation and gratitude. Find the laughter in a class, fun, spontaneity, and creative expression in the message whenever we talk about the student. Whole discussion about what and who inspires and motivate the student. One more slide, my dear friend. When you work at the micro level, instruct each student to write down on her own paper all the positive and negative attitude. Instruct each student to choose a positive attitude that he or she wants to cultivate. Ask what action step do you need to take to develop this new attitude. Ask each student to choose one negative attitude that he she holds that he she is willing to change. Ask what might be the benefit of changing the attitude. Remember that attitudes are always reflected through action. So make sure that there are practical action that student can take to assist her and he in cultivating the new attitudes. And you know, there are different tools which you can use, like who am I, explosive, talk and talk, going for SOC analysis, defining purpose of life, writing mission, vision, setting the policy, plan and mandate, search for your hobby and sustain it, and monitor and review periodically. My dear friend, this slide is for you also and for giving his input to the student. Such type of micro level work we require to work when you are working in developing, enhancing students. So friends, that is what I wanted to say. Okay, so let me conclude by saying what APJ Abdul Kalam said. Let us sacrifice our life today so that our children can have better tomorrow. As I said in the very beginning, you are my heart. All teachers are in my heart and student is in my blood. I say that there's a lot of expectation from teacher, from the society. So we teacher has to really dedicate, we have to commit to our profession. I know you have to do a lot for the society. You have to do a lot for a student. And in today's session, by the way of EICT program, by way of the program organized by SRKR Engineering College, we try to appreciate and create an awareness about society-education relationship, and teacher-student relationship at micro and macro level. So please remember the quote of APJ Abdul Kalam, let us sacrifice our life today so that our children can have better tomorrow. Thank you so much for your patient listening. I'm thankful to the organizers, Professor Nagaraju and his team, Professor Jagapathy, principal, management, and all my dear fellow delegates who have joined this today's program. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask me the question. Thank you so much.
Any queries from audience, from participants? So please feel free to ask, sir. Or otherwise you can raise your hand. So interaction is very important. So please interact with our sir, Ajit sir.
Sir, I am Rajendran, sir, calling from Pondicherry.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have a general thing is actually you have also mentioned about this. Actually, we are also trying to inspire the students in some of the tips. Whatever you have said, we are trying our level best to do so. I think you have mentioned this about in Hindi. When one of your colleague was telling, he was trying to do, and I think I could not get in that particular point. Actually, we are also having that point. So we are trying our level best, but still students are not happy with some of our things, and they are their intention is something different, sir. Actually, they wanted to be non-engineering jobs like YouTuber. They wanted to be YouTuber. They wanted to be a short filmmaker, director, film actor. No, that kind of students are there, and how do we inspire them to study engineering better, sir?
Very good. Very good question. Number one, I thank you for asking this very brilliant question. See, this is what we have to do. You know, I know that when student that this is the problem, because the type of knowledge they have got about the our education, type of engineering education. Many times students are taking admission because that somebody has told them, or one of their friend has taken the admission into the engineering college. But now it's our job is to how you can understand their abilities, understand their aptitude and interest, and try to develop that. And definitely one thing you should ensure that if one is taking admission to the engineering, does not mean that he should become engineer only. I want to give you one example of Krishnamachari Shrikant, who was a cricketer. Krishnamachari Shrikant, who was a opening batsman of India, he used to come as an opener batsman. One interviewee asked him a question. You are an opening batsman. Your hooks were very nice. Your shots were very nice. But you never score 100. You had a good half centuries. Believe my dear friend, Krishnamachari Shrikant replied that I'm a student of electrical engineering. I studied engineering mechanics and I applied the law of mechanics in playing the cricket. So even electrical engineering, electronics engineering, they are doing good job in the film industry. We don't know what type of electrical engineering, what type of electric engineering domain, or what type of computer engineering domain will help in the or match with their interest area. Okay, so we will not insist more onto their engineering orientation also, but in application of engineering, this will happen. But I fully agree with your this view. We have to do a lot, and answering in this few short time is difficult. But thank you so much for this question.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your nice answer.
Most welcome.
Thank you, Rajendran sir. Any other participant? Any other? Okay, sir. Let me complete this. Okay, coming to my side, sir. It was a great speech, sir. Teacher is a third parent. Really a good statement, sir. The way you are delivering the topic was very, very impressive, sir. I thank Dr. Ajit R. Thite Garu for readily accepting our invitation and sharing your knowledge, which was an informative session. I also thank you for your motivating, enlightening, and entertaining presentation, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, participants, hope the first day is full of knowledge and everybody got an insight about innovative teaching learning methods. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you for the patience.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Sir, HOD sir,
Sir Nagaraju, so before we
sir.
go, so just I want to say,
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir,
sir. Okay.
Ajit sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So your presentation, so it was a very nice exposition on society, teacher, educational life cycle. So I enjoyed it very thoroughly. So very exciting, very spirited lecture you gave. So this is the first time, so we are having you on our this campus FDP program. So I'm very lucky to attend your program, sir. Thank you very much for the interaction. So very exciting.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So we are
you.
grateful to you. You have made your time to conduct this as one of the resource person in this FDP.
Yes, my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, this is Dr. Asad Srinivas.
Yes, sir.
From Sri Vidyaniketan Engineering College, working as a professor in IT, Information Technology. Sir, your lecture inspired me a lot. The way you have explained a student and teacher interaction, बहुत कुछ बोल दिया, अच्छा लगा मेरे को.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
Yeah, you have given very good tips how to handle those scenarios in the real time. So
yeah.
I'm grateful to have such a wonderful session from you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Okay,
thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your words. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you once again, sir. Sir, close it, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Nagaraju. I don't know where you got me and you search, and I really went through the website of your institution. I got very good information. I suppose the COVID will come down, I'll come and visit your institute sometime. Okay. So please tell your principal, Dr. Dec2020 Raju, BVSSN Raju sir, Mr. Satyanarayan, and all your fellow colleagues. I really highly appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's our pleasure, sir. Actually, we met you. It's thank you all. Thank you for participants. We'll meet tomorrow. The session starts at 4 o'clock. Okay, 4 to 6. Okay, thank you all. So shall we close, sir?
Right, proceed.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.